Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Psycho Worldwide, forgive me, Psycho Worldwide, in association with One Mind Entertainment, proudly brings to you two of the greatest podcast hosts in the world. I am Crazy Kevin. He is Dan Jones. And we got Big Nah. And we are Fat Guys Podcast. No, the name has not officially changed from Two Fat Guys. I just think it's rude to leave Nah out with the introduction. So there. But but welcome anyway to Two Fat Guys Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Crazy Kevin. As I said, that is Dan Jones, and that is Big Nah doing the belly slap. No, we're not doing that at the top of the show yet. Hopefully, we can get out of the show without doing it, but I don't think we are.
Nah, not possible, sir. Not possible. Thank you for having me on again.
Always. You are a honorary fat boy. I mean, you're not even an honorary. You are a fat boy, but you are honorary host.
I'm a sexy fat boy. They get it right. I'm just a sexy fat boy.
That's for your wife to say, not for me. I would never call
fat boy.
We are sexy, fat and sexy.
Sexy?
We're fat, sexy, fat bitches. Yeah.
Sexy.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
I don't know how you went from, and I know that's in the song, but you sound like LA Knight when you said yeah.
I was on my Timberland.
What if LA Knight stole that?
And that's just the fact of life.
Well, you know he tried to get Usher to go to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out. They need to stop. Although Usher had a credible last year or something, I don't want to see Usher in WrestleMania. I don't want to see
that.
Yeah, I don't want to see Usher either.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm Usher out.
Speaking of Usher, and this is a pop culture show. Did anybody watch the Black Exploitation Award show this past Sunday? Because I did not.
Nope. The Black Exploitation Awards. I did watch before, thinking that this Usher tribute was going to be spectacular.
Okay.
With the exception of Coco Jones, who, Lord have mercy, did her thing. Yeah, the awards are no longer for me. I said I was going to boycott the hip hop awards, and it looked like BET is on the list as well. I think I'm done. I'm going to let the younger people have at it. I was watching a young lady review on the awards, and she made a good point. Black, what's it called? Exploitation. You said exploitation, but Black entertainment television used to have some art people, some culture people, some R&B, some gospel, and all that other kind of stuff at the BET Awards. There was none of that this year. It was all twerk songs. Now, granted, I like someone popping their cooch like the next man, but after the fourth or fifth, after the fourth or fifth time, it gets a little stale.
Yeah.
And then you had a tribute to Usher by nothing but chicks. You couldn't find no dudes whatsoever to kind of do an Usher song. None other
Well,
than
you know, a
Childish
lot of the dudes
Gambino.
hate. Well, you know, a lot of the dudes hate on Usher, like
Well,
religiously hate on
you
that
pay
man.
them. You pay them to do. Tyrese was in the audience. Why he couldn't step up there?
Right. He was in the My Way video. He was the guy. He took Usher's girl from him.
I feel like there's a shift in our music and our entertainment, and I know in the era we had the gangster rap and the old dudes was doing their thing, getting people locked up, ushering in that type of violence music. I was one of the supporters. I love the music, not gonna lie. But now I feel like we in another realm where
Sex
the
sells.
females are now trying to be ratchet, more ratchet than ever, and that's all you're gonna hear.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I blame it on Megan Thee Stallion, but that's a conversation for another day.
That's a
Nah, it's up from that one. My only best part about that for me was Donald Glover.
yeah.
He made the best announcement ever. At the BET Awards, Sam Smith has won him, but he is tied with Will Smith.
That is true though. It is true.
At the BET Awards,
Sam Smith, he has the same amount of awards Sam Smith has.
Right.
At the BET Awards, which is saying a lot.
And Donald Glover's new album is crazy.
But nonetheless, yes, we caught it, we hated it, we loved it for certain parts, Coco Jones, but the rest of it was horrible.
So on a side note with that, that girl that go by something red, I refuse to call her the first part. Her concert.
Are you talking about Roger Thomas?
Show, the female artist that they used on NXT about a month ago.
What's happening?
Her all her shows got canceled because nobody bought tickets.
Because she's horrible. Who was paying to go see Sexy Red for her? She's a novelty act. Nobody's going to go pay to see her.
It's the same people that's paying to listen to her music, though. That's a problem. But we're not here for that. We're here for wrestling.
She was on wrestling. She's probably gonna be back.
No, God, no.
No, that's what happens. No.
Nah. I wish I can get a hold of Triple H. Don't do that again, y'all. I lost a little bit of respect for you. Anyway, yo, we are here to talk about Money in the Bank. We are doing our predictions. The PLE is tonight. It's in a couple hours, so that's why we're running this early. So, yeah, we want to get into it. Talk about what's popping off. Talk about what's going to happen. And definitely tune in tomorrow, Sunday, when we actually do our live reactions and review of the show. So that's what we're going to be doing. So y'all hear me? Y'all with it? Let's get it. So, I feel like the build-up for Money in the Bank has been kind of a little lackluster in versus previous years. That's just me.
It has.
I know some people feel like. I feel like some people may say no. It's been a great build-up towards it. I think if you take out the bloodline situation, it's you know what I mean? So it's not the past build up for Money in the Bank to where you looking forward to somebody. Hell, even when they did the pandemic Money in the Bank, when they did it at WWE corporate headquarters, the build up for that was ridiculously crazy.
That actually was dope.
Dumb as hell. It was.
No, I loved it.
But it was.
I loved it. It was different.
Oh, it was definitely
even though the person that won, I was like, what? And then they did him dirty. They didn't even let my man cash it in. But man, it was different.
Nah, I thought when Aleister Black threw Rey Mysterio off the top of the building.
Yeah, let Otis win this joint and did nothing with it.
What I think they doing, I think they're letting the matches do the more of the talking than they letting everybody else do their promo. Letting the matches speak for themselves. I think they're doing what Nas said about the King of the Ring. They're letting everybody up and coming get in this tournament.
I see that. I peeped that.
There's not a lot of big names in this ladder match. There's everybody who should have got it in. Who should have got it in King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. So now it's flipped. So you're looking at it like, okay, there's no build up for what we stand for. There's usually have that main person in every one. Now it's Zoe Starks and Naomi. And with Naomi already been there, but still, she basically, 4 months in since she came back since Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
She's now getting back into the swing of things. Now her speed is picked up. We'll be seeing on SmackDown. She's getting faster.
Yeah, I think it's all like you said. She found her niche again.
Yeah, as long as she don't come out looking like a PlayStation controller this time.
You leave that girl alone. Let her glow.
Let her glow.
Honestly,
I like that.
I'm going to say something honest when it comes to Naomi. I love Naomi. She is.
Go ahead. I bet you we agree.
I think the glow thing that ran its course. She need to do something different.
She need to go back to the bandanas.
She need to go back to the bad version and maybe just an upgrade of that version. Because when you go back and look at that work when she was a heel, oh, she was that chick.
If she dresses the way Meechim does, it'll fit better for her.
I kind of feel bad for Meechim, but I don't. People keep saying why she ain't getting a push. If you pay attention to Meechim's style of wrestling, yeah, she shouldn't get a push. She should be in NXT for a minute.
Yeah. And the thing is, they're going back to
I'm
that.
gonna disagree with you. Go ahead, Dan.
That's my fault. I feel like for me, like I watched last episode of NXT earlier, and I was telling my son, I was like, it feel like it's the old NXT all over the way they're fighting. Like the promos are shorter, but in the middle of the promo, they're fighting again. It reminds me of that Adam Cole Tommaso Ciampa war. It gave me that feel when I'm watching. And your first match coming out the gate is a street fight with two women who are not holding back. Like there's a bag of lug nuts on the table, and we going through them. And you got the Meechim, who's a street fighter off of TNA, back in her element. And she was giving Jada Parker the business until Jada used them hips and hips don't lie.
I love I think Meechim is great.
Rip it off.
I think Meechim is great for what she does and how she actually performs. My bad, I'm trying to adjust my camera. But she I think she found the way she is. Like, and she's been popular at every other promotion she's been in, but for some reason with WWE, even though she did get fired and they brought her back, I honestly don't think they know what to do with her or how to pair her with the proper opponent. So
she's awkward, man.
She's like, a little hit and miss.
Her style of wrestling is very awkward.
Yeah, she's one of the ambidextrous fighters you don't know how to prepare for.
It's like she's slow and fast at the same time.
She's barely.
Reason why you. Yes.
That's it. Now, and that could be a rivalry that she need to get into. Meet somebody that's in your pace.
You know, but I think she will win that women's title sooner or later. But it just probably will be like to the end of the year. Her or Jada, they're going to get that push.
I think Jada's going to get it before her.
Jada Parker, though, I feel like I said this before. I feel like you need to move Jada and Lash up to the roster and put them with Jade and let that joint run.
Yeah, we can talk about Jade in a little bit because I saw an article about her. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. But let's talk about this Raw Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. Yes, Daniel.
Hate it.
Hey, so look.
Hold on.
I know you about to get me. So the big surprise I want to talk about was let's raise the stakes on it. We doing our predictions. Let's make it a game. I'm saying, hear me out. If you win that match, you guess the right winner, you get 5 points.
Okay.
At the end, we have a bonus question. Whoever's going to come out. If you get that, it's an extra 5 points. We do it every PLE, and by the end of the season, say like the end of the season is going to be the end of WrestleMania. Because you know that Raw after WrestleMania starts that next season. So at the end of that WrestleMania, whoever we total up all the wins for the pay-per-view, whoever wins, we get them a gift. Probably like a Two Fat Guys t-shirt or a trophy. PLE champion for season 1. You got bragging rights. So it'll be, say, let's say Nah win Money in the Bank. Every time they come on the show, we can put Money in the Bank PLE champion for this month. Every time they see his name, it'll be right there. That's your bragging rights for that next month.
As it should be. I like it.
You know what? It'll be something fun that whoever else jumps on can get in.
I'm game. All right, so
All
here
right.
we go. Let's talk about this. Now, before you give your opinion, Mr. Nah, let me give people a little background for those who don't know.
Go for it.
So Damian Priest is just your current World Heavyweight Champion. He's had some questionable but successful title defenses. He became champion back at WrestleMania when he did cash in on a beatdown Drew McIntyre, who I'm getting tired of people saying CM Punk cost him the title. Drew McIntyre is Drew McIntyre the first time. What happened last month was completely CM Punk. But anyway.
Fair enough.
No, it wasn't.
What?
Fair enough.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway, we'll pause for a second. So, Seth freaking Rollins, who dropped the title to then champion, who beat him at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre. Seth freaking Rollins dropped the title to Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins left to go have surgery, healed up because he was a working champion. But he had to go have surgery. Seth Rollins was not set to return until like later this year. I think around like Survivor Series or something. But he pulled the John Cena. It came back like in 3 months. So
he's egotistical. His ego got in the way.
Probably. But he came back on Monday Night Raw a couple weeks ago and said that he was willing to enter the Money in the Bank to win the briefcase so he can get his championship back or title match or whatever. Damian Priest comes out, interrupts Mr. Rollins, and said, "You don't have to go through all that. I'm going to give you a title shot because I want to cash in on you in the first place because I actually do respect you. This, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah." So this is how we wind up here with the World Heavyweight Championship match being between the said champion, Damian Priest, versus Seth freaking Rollins. Nah, go.
Well, my prediction is that Damian Priest is going to walk out as champ. I don't think they're ready to pull that trigger for him to lead a Judgment Day just yet. I don't think Seth should even be back right now. Honestly, I think they rushed his return. Maybe they feel like the ratings was falling and he needs to come help it out because they don't really have no really mega star power on Monday Night Raw. I'm not really looking forward to the match.
Right,
I'm not gonna
now,
lie
no,
to you.
not.
I'm not looking forward to it. But if I gotta watch it, I'm gonna put my hat in the ring for Damian. I think he needs at least 2 more title defenses before he drops that joint.
Danny?
I'm kind of on the same side as I want the Puerto Rican Scott Hall to retain his belt. The fact that y'all did it at the same time is crazy. I want him to retain. I think it was too early for Seth to come back as well, but at the same time, you had another star when you had Ricochet. That's my personal opinion, but somebody else could have took that spot besides Seth. Honestly, if this is I'm taking it back. I don't think this is about Seth at this moment. I think it's about Finn Balor. I think the whole thing is going about him and Finn Balor by the end of that year. So I think he's going to retain, but he's going to do it himself by him cheating instead of having it in the outside interference. So I got my money.
Him and Finn is inevitable. You can see it. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. But I think there's going to be a big battle between Finn when Bad Blood comes in September.
So I think, and this is why I think he's not going to retain. And in this situation, it has nothing. I do think Judgment Day is going to play a part in him not retaining, which is going to cause the rift between. Because if he loses, he has to leave Judgment Day. Oh yeah, I forgot. For those who don't know, there is a stipulation attached to this. If Seth Rollins loses, then he cannot challenge Damian Priest as long as he has the title for the belt. If Damian Priest loses, then Damian Priest will have to lead the Judgment Day. So this is where we are right now. I think Damian Priest is going to lose because Judgment Day is going to try to help him, which is going to cause him to drop the title to Seth. And the main reason why I think Seth is going to walk out of this, and I know Sean, if you're watching, you're going to disagree with me, because Sean and I talked about this online. Seth versus Gunther at SummerSlam will be a bigger draw than Damian Priest versus Gunther. Now, some people, Sean, say like if they put Seth in that match, then he's going to get ragdolled by Gunther. I disagree with that. I mean, Gunther's going to do what Gunther does, but I feel like the bigger draw is going to be Seth versus Gunther than Damian versus Gunther, because it's almost a foregone conclusion. If it's Gunther and Damian's losing that title.
Not necessarily, because Gunther's been beat by Sami Zayn, which takes the allure away that he can't be beat.
Right.
But it also gives him back the allure that the fact when he said he was so focused on retaining the Intercontinental, the IC Championship, and that he was able to elevate it to levels of new heights. And yeah, he did underestimate Sami Zayn's heart. Gunther's not the same person character-wise to make the same mistake twice. So that's why I think him going against What's-His-Name is just not going to be a good look.
But you're also forgetting that if he does retain, he stays in Judgment Day, and you got 4 other dudes that can come out here and help if need be.
But I think we deny the inevitable. He's going to lead Judgment Day whether he wins or loses.
True that.
Because if they come down to interfere, he's going to probably hit them to stop them from interfering. Seth is going to probably help him beat up Judgment Day, and that'll take his eye off of Damian south of heaven like he did on Monday, and then Damian retains, all off of Seth trying to help him. And we're going to make that match at SummerSlam a triple threat.
Or I could throw another swerve at y'all that nobody even thought about. If you got Gunther versus any one of them, whether it's Damian, whether it's Seth, what if in the middle of the match Gunther's about to win, and all of a sudden, Giovanni Da Vinci decides to jump in and use some little French move or whatever he is, Italian or something, over the ropes and smack the old boy in the head, and now he gets whoever that is disqualified. Match over.
Yeah, we need Da Vinci in the middle.
But we haven't even seen Da Vinci since the draft. I know he's supposed to be injured, but yeah, since he got drafted to SmackDown, we haven't seen him. So that's an actual good angle that most people, I didn't even think about Giovanni Da Vinci. Honestly, the boy been out of mind, out of sight.
So let's be honest, if he's doing it that way, he's been building up this card for quote unquote bad blood since January.
Yeah.
Because all these groups are breaking up, and there's always that one person in the group that nobody's getting along with. Damian and Finn, Da Vinci, and what's the skinny dude name?
Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, but he's out. He's injured.
What happened to him? Braun.
He claimed Sheamus broke his ribs, but it was Braun Breaker when he got speared. Braun Breaker shattered that man's ribs.
Shattered dreams. Yeah. That's what he did.
That was crazy though. Yeah. Went through the whole match holding his ribs though.
Yeah, so Ludwig
but it was a clean hit.
Is out. It was
first of all, you need to meat on your bones. You're gonna take one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Pat McAfee talking about how Finn Balor got 0% body fat. What about Ludwig Kaiser?
He got -1 body fat.
So yeah. So you got
who you picking?
Doc has Damian. You has Damian. You have Damian. I have Seth.
Mm-hmm. See what happens when you put that border? Ever since you put that border around, you've been going deep into your accent.
All right. That was a conversation we was having off air, so don't even. So in the comments below, let us know who you think is going to walk out of Money 2-1 heavyweight title. How do you say it in your native accent? I ain't gonna say where you from, but how do you say it in your native northern accent?
2. Like ooh. 2.
So that's what I said. If I say Baltimore, 2. If I say it properly, 2. Like,
So my
hey, you
2,
did it.
my 2
My,
sounds like a
my
do.
2.
Your 2 sounds like a pew. It's a difference.
No. If I say it with the
We're not
Baltimore
doing this
accent,
today.
then yes.
We're not doing it today. I gotta hit it to 8 hours.
I got an easy one that settles all debates. When you're at a barbecue, you're putting on burgers on the grill, and what else do you grill?
Hot dogs.
He tried to play y'all. He tried to play y'all out there. You don't say hot dogs like that.
Hot dogs.
I do. I don't say dog. I don't say Doug for dogs. I say dog.
This is what I said. Uptown Baltimore says it different than down the hill. Down the hill, it's Doug's. I'm from down the hill. It's a Doug. He's from Uptown, over west. It's dog. My wife is Uptown, over east. She's dog. Me, I'm Doug.
And from the alien visiting from another state, it all sounds the same. So let's move on.
Go to your room.
How you gonna tell a grown man go to his room? All right.
Technically, it's right there. Technically, I could go just step right around the desk and go right in.
All right. I don't even know how to call this match if it actually highlights. There we go. Internet IC Championship. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I'm gonna do this. Background. Braun Breaker got pissed off that he wasn't in the King of the Ring tournament, so he just started running through people, beating the whole hell out of people. Jumped Sami a couple times and jumped the other people a couple times. And Braun Breaker went to Adam Pearce, who was the general manager of Raw, and was going to demand a match. But Sami came looking for him and said, "If you want it, you got it. You ain't got to worry about it." Adam make it happen. Adam made it official. So here we are. This past Monday, they had an interaction which was kind of interesting because Sami was cutting a Sami Zayn promo, which is actually starting to become very boring now. And Braun Breaker comes out, talks like his uncle Scott Steiner. Oh my God, he talks like his uncle. I've really never heard this man cut a promo before until last night. Well, not last night, Monday night, when I heard him cut the promo against Sami. Like, he sounds like his uncle. Just crazy. Anyway, fast forward. Braun Breaker acts like he's leaving the ring, spears the crap out of Sami. Sami rolls out the ring. Braun Breaker does this thing where he's leaving, then he just runs a whole 30 miles an hour around the ring to go spear Sami again. Sami leapfrogs. Braun Breaker hits the ring steps, and all types of chaos went from there. Dan, why are you on here twice? Okay. It is just me right now. There we go. I don't know what happened to Dan.
Sorry, having technical difficulties.
Yeah, we all are. It seems like you both are. That's what happens when you do a live show.
Technical difficulties is called the Mrs.
Got you. I'm not getting involved.
But anyway, continue.
So Sami leapfrog, Braun Breaker hits the steps, and then from there, all types of shenanigans and chaos takes place. Where Braun Breaker winds up finally standing over top of Sami, holding the IC Championship. Pardon me, before they cut to commercial. I'm gonna start this one off. I really don't know who's gonna win this match, but I do feel like they're gonna let Sami retain. For the simple fact, I don't think even though Braun made a great NXT champion, I still think they're feeling their way around with him on the main roster. And people are liking Sami's IC run because you got the underdogs. People love an underdog, and they've been rooting for Sami since the whole situation happened with him and Gunther, and even with Chad Gable, who miraculously came back to life after being murdered by the Wyatt Six. So I think Sami's going to retain because I don't see what they can do with Braun Breaker once he becomes the champion. Because I feel like if Braun Breaker becomes the champion, they're trying to make Braun Breaker like Brock Lesnar was when he first came. The next big thing, and they're building so much around him, but I don't really think they had that direction yet of where they're actually going to go with him. So,
I am inclined to agree. I'm inclined to agree. I think Sammy's going to retain. As much as I want Sammy to go away, I think he's going to retain. Braun is. I don't think they want to make him a champion just yet. You don't want to make him the target. You still want him to be the hunter. So I think if for that purpose alone, they're going to probably have him lose that match, maybe in a DQ, not necessarily get pinned, to keep his morale, his momentum going. But I think he does need to wait a little longer before they put gold on him. So I got Sammy going. Over.
Yeah, because I feel like if he does lose, it should be by DQ because it protects the character. It protects him as a character, and it still pushes the storyline further when him saying, "Okay, this guy is really out of control." And if he ever plans on getting the championship, he's going to have to learn how to hone that in. And there's several ways they can play off of that. But you've been shaking your head the whole time, no, Danny. So why?
Because I don't want Sammy to keep the belt. I think the whole thing was dry since WrestleMania. I don't like the run, even though it's a whole underdog story. But that was a whole Friday Night SmackDown fight that I've seen at WrestleMania. For one, the thing with the battle of him and Braun Strowman, I think Braun Strowman should win, but I don't think it's about Sami Zayn. I honestly think somebody's going to come back to challenge Braun for that belt if he wins. Because you got so many other people who can challenge him for the belt, and Sammy is not the one.
But
once he needs to be underdog,
who would challenge Braun?
Anybody who's on the mid-card level.
Yeah. First of all, Andrade by himself.
He's on SmackDown now. Yeah, he got drafted.
He got a good battle with Jay.
Well, see, that's the problem.
Have they made the main event?
Yeah, Jay's out of the mid card status. He can't go back to mid card status. He got to stay in the upper.
He's gonna be at mid card because we're gonna talk about that next match. Honestly, did Ricochet shine with AEW?
Say what?
Ricochet didn't sign with nobody yet.
He can't.
No, he can't. His contract expired.
Right, but I thought he still was under that. I thought he was under that 90-day non-compete clause.
You only get the 90-day complete clause if they cancel your contract.
I just feel as though somebody's going to come back and champion for that belt. I just feel as though somebody's going to come back and champion for that belt. Huh?
The more important thing is the Samantha Irvin statement. I'm not saying that we don't care about Ricochet, but we need to know what Sam's going to do.
Yeah,
I just don't want Sammy to be.
She may wind up leaving.
As much as Sammy is a good wrestler, when he gets the belt, he's boring. And it's the same talk every time. Like, come on now.
Truth be told, Chad Gable
you have the belt now. You have the belt now. You're no longer the underdog.
Hold on. Y'all both was talking. Finish what you were saying, Dan.
I said you're no longer the underdog now when you won. That story's dead.
I was just saying Chad Gable should have had that IC belt. Sammy had the belt multiple times and good runs and subpar runs. I think he won. He overcame. He was Rocky for a good night. He should have got rid of that belt
the next day.
Because it's boring. His intercontinental run is boring. I'm not gonna lie.
So
yeah,
so let's propose this question. Let's say he does drop the title to Braun Breaker. Do you think Braun Breaker's run is going to be more exciting?
Yes.
If they make him just run through everybody that comes his way, yeah.
I think if his matches stay physical, yes. But if you are you really putting on check? Okay, never mind. I don't think him on the mic is good. So let's
You
talk
give him a
more
mouthpiece.
beat
You
down.
give him a Heyman. You give him a manager. You get somebody to talk for him.
Yeah, make him
Yeah,
a Paul Heyman guy.
No. First of all, we need to pray for Paul Heyman. And we're gonna talk about So all right,
You
I
talking
got
about
Sammy. Dog got Sammy. You got Braun just because you don't like Sammy. All right.
Yeah,
Make sure you
and that's
notate
it. Don't
that,
like
sir.
say I don't like this work. When he gets every time he gets the belt, even on NXT, it goes sour. His best matches was against him and Kevin Steen. I'm gonna say that.
I was gonna say his best work is either against Kevin or when he was trying to overcome the bloodline. That was the best Sammy ever was. Other than
That's his
that,
best work.
he's mid. He need to go back to being
He's
El
more
Generico.
emotional on that one.
Tell him put the mask
This is
on.
why
Go
he's
back to
in
being
the
El
mid
Generico.
All right, so we mentioned Paul Heyman, and I want to talk about this match. We have the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the new Bloodline. Please let that be clear. The new Bloodline, which consists of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and I can't think of the other guy's name, but his last name is Tonga also. So
Tangaloa.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Don't disrespect him like that. They daddy was
and that was my fault.
that dude. Don't disrespect him like that.
No, I'm not taking nothing away from their daddy. And that's my fault. I didn't do my journalistic homework.
Or you can call him Henrico. What was his name before? Henrico. He was Puerto Rican or something before.
Henrico. He was
there you go.
Henrico.
He was with Henrico. He was the dude.
Yeah.
He was the dude pedaling the bike.
Yeah, I mean, they had the Samoan dude being a Hispanic.
Yo, Samoan was versatile. Samoans are versatile. They could be Japanese.
Yo,
they could be Spanish.
If nobody never told me that Yokozuna was Samoan, I'd have died knowing that man was Japanese.
I would have thought he was Japanese this whole time.
Yo, I'd have died. Like no, that man was Japanese. He was like, no, that man was Samoan. So it's too much to give y'all background. Just know that these men are beefing hard. Okay, since Roman Reigns left, Bloodline has gotten out of control. Solo is recruiting hitmen after hitmen after hitmen.
Right. Now, I would like to do the honor. I would like the honor of tackling this when you finish giving your introduction to this match. I would like it back this way for 1 second.
Okay, I got you. Cody, after Clash in the Castle, when he retained against AJ Styles, and Solo came out with the Bloodline and they jumped him, Randy Orton and KO somehow was in Scotland and nobody knew about it. They saved this man, and boom, we're here. They got kicked out of MSG, Madison Square Garden, last Friday because Nick, why's my mind? The GM of freaking SmackDown, Nick Aldis, thank you, did not want the Bloodline ceremony, acknowledgement ceremony to be interrupted, so he had those 3 men ejected from the building. So here we are. We have a 6-man tag. Which Bloodline members are in the match? I don't know. I tried to find out. So if y'all guys know, please, because it's 5 of them now. No, 4. Excuse me. It's 4 of them, so it can go. So yeah, I would like to see Jacob Fatu make his debut in the ring. And speaking of Jacob, real quick side note, yo, his entrance, no pun intended, is fire. That he has the hottest entrance in all of wrestling. And I know somebody's going to say Joe Hendry has the best entrance. No. Joe Hendry may have the best song. But what are you doing, Danny?
What do you mean? Sure.
But
That's what he was doing
Jacob
behind
Fatu-
Solo. He's walking behind him like this.
But Jacob Fatu's entrance, yo, is the best in all of wrestling, yo. He
Listen.
tops Roman Reigns. Go ahead now.
No, it gives you final boss.
The final boss.
That's go
Anyway.
ahead now.
So this is gonna be my personal opinion and my prediction as well. First of all, if this match don't be nothing short of a complete slaughter, they're doing injustice to this storyline. The reason why I say this, now granted, I know this is Randy Orton, I know this is Kevin Owens, I know this is the world champion, but you just drafted, quote unquote, 3 of the most uncontrollable people in the world of professional wrestling. 3 of them. Now remember, when Solo came in, he was the only uncontrollable one that they had. He was the enforcer. The enforcer now turns into the chief and drafts 3 more people that's worse than him. So Solo
And keep
spent
in
his
mind, real
last
quick.
3 years. What?
Keep in
Say that
mind,
again.
because Tama Tonga was the enforcer. When Solo took over, he made Tama Tonga the right-hand man. Now that
The right-hand
Jacob
man.
is in, Jacob is the enforcer. So if you don't
Jacob's
know
the enforcer.
who Jacob Fatu is, Google him on you. Go on
Google that
YouTube
name.
and look up Jacob Fatu.
I must say, the flying Samoan backdrop is crazy. The finisher he had.
That goes to my point.
Understand. This man jumped 15 feet Friday. 15
Yes.
feet. This is a 300+ pound man. Big man. Jump 15 feet from the top rope to the table. Athleticism is ridiculous.
But prior to that,
continue. I'm sorry.
Prior to that, he single-handedly took out Randy, took out Kevin, and took out Cody by himself. So this goes back to my point. If this match don't be nothing short of a slaughter, fire whoever wrote this joint. Don't ever have them tag again, break up the bloodline, just let it end. Because you're doing a disservice to the bloodline. If you let them
go behind this whole thing.
Say that again.
You know who's behind this whole storyline, right?
Roman.
No. I want to make it clear. Tonight they're debuting the behind the curtain of WrestleMania 40.
Oh yeah, it actually already debuted, which I need to watch.
Yeah. And they're going to tell you behind the whole thing who wrote the whole thing, which is Bobby Roode.
I thought Roman and Paul Heyman sat in, or maybe that was the pre-bloodline storyline. So maybe this was Bobby Roode got
down. Yeah, to extend it, they got Bobby Roode. You know, he retired. Triple H gave him a job as doing the little management thing, and he wrote down the whole story, how we can extend this. He wrote it pretty much the last 2 years of his run.
Yeah,
there's
Bobby
no
Roode
greater
is,
storyline than the bloodline right now.
Oh no, I absolutely agree with you. Bobby Roode is a producer, and for those who don't know who Bobby Roode is, look him up. He's also by Robert Roode when he was down TNA. He was part of one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling, known as Beer Money.
Beer Money.
Sorry about your damn luck. But unfortunately, because of a neck injury, no matter what he did and everything, he could not come back to wrestle. So his career, unfortunately, was kind of cut short. He had a nice long career, but he just
for now, because apparently neck injuries don't stop people. So he just might be paused for a few years.
Yeah. So, AKA Daniel Bryan and Edge, Adam Cole.
Edge. And what's the girl? What's the pale girl that was doing weird things with the belt? There you go. Her.
Paige, Tommaso Ciampa, Edge,
it's a lot of
Kurt Angle.
It's a lot.
Only one that ain't come back that is Biggie.
But then you see how Kurt Angle is walking now, so that is the future for them because apparently they don't know when to stop.
Well, Edge,
you will be part of the Walking Dead about
the time. AEW, he's done. Edge,
Angle can't even say if you call his name, he can't even turn around and see who's calling him. He got to turn his whole body around.
Yeah.
You will be part of the Walking Dead by the time you're 50.
But nonetheless, my prediction is Bloodline is better go over. I'm not saying should go over. Better go over.
So you're going for
In
the
strong fashion.
the Wish version of Bloodline.
No, this
I
is
am.
not the
Did
Wish
y'all hear?
version. I'm sorry.
Did
This
y'all
is
hear?
beyond.
Did y'all hear who might be the replacement Wise Man?
Rikishi.
No, the dude that used to
Armando Estrada.
yeah, Omanga's handler.
That name sounds familiar. Oh my God, Jesus!
With my Samoan bulldozer.
Yeah, because somebody had put on social media that they should bring him in to be the new Wise Man, and then when they took out Paul Heyman, he popped up, was like, "Your wish might be being granted." He was like, "What? Oh, okay."
It's the same way.
So
The same way Zilla tweeted out, "I see you soon."
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, look, bring them all, man. First of all, props to Roman. Sidebar. People gave Roman a lot of flack over a lot of years. When they say this dude is a tribal chief, he means that clearly because this man's family is eating. His family is eating,
Good.
even off the indie scenes.
Good.
His family is eating off of this one storyline.
all right. So
They
I am going to
throwing up ones in the indies, eating.
I'm going to piggyback off of Nah with the Bloodline Slaughter. And I don't got nothing against, but I'm also going to add something to this too. Because I ain't got nothing against those 3 men that's about to step in the ring with the Bloodline. I think these guys are
And die.
phenomenal wrestlers. But if the Bloodline does not get over in this match and set this up between Cody and Solo for SummerSlam, then something's not right, and that's a problem. Or if they don't get, I think they're going to get over, and Randy's going to turn.
There it is.
Randy's going to turn because y'all. I believe in nuances. I believe in nuances. It's the subtleties that Randy Orton does better than nobody else.
Oh, I see him peeping at the belt. I see him looking at Cody sideways.
Exactly. When they was in Clash of the Castle and they was all standing together, Randy wasn't looking at Cody. He was looking at the belts. Last week when they had the little run-in, he was looking at the belt. And then when they had the run-in Friday, he was looking at Cody, over his shoulder looking at Cody, like you don't know. He is called the Apex Predator for a reason. This man is hunting. And the one thing I can say about Randy Orton, when he does become champion, at any of his champion runs, he stayed a hunter. Unlike most champions, when they got to be on guard and be on the defense, nah, Randy stayed on offense. He was ready.
Facts.
And that's why, and I'm sorry, I like Face Randy. I like Happy-Go-Lucky Randy. He's like, yo, they said I can never wrestle again. Here I am.
I don't like it.
Fine. But give me that heel.
Punt in the head, Randy.
Punt in the head, Randy Orton. The guy that kicked John Cena falling in the head. The guy that kicked Vince McMahon legitly in the head and gave him a concussion. Give me that Randy Orton. Pardon me.
Yeah,
Give me that Randy Orton. But
I see them going for this whole thing. I believe that we all are on the same page with this one.
Yes.
If it doesn't go this way, I'm probably going to stop watching wrestling for like 20 minutes, but I'm going to get back to it later on. I did see that. I believe in Bloodline going. I believe if they lose, Cody and them lose, like you said, it's going to go down probably that following Friday. Because Cody keep running his mouth like he keep bragging about beating Roman Reigns. First of all, stop. Like about 6 people came down to help you.
It took all the Avengers to get that done, sir. Calm your nerves. Calm it down.
Right. I slowly think everybody that helped you, somebody out of that bunch is going to try to. Well, we all thought it was one of the people that was going to be in that match to help him, but it's everybody that didn't help him. So we probably looking at the Randy versus Cody or KO versus Cody down the line.
I just need somebody to go back to disrespecting Mama Rhodes. Mama Rhodes, look at your boy.
Leave that woman out of that, yo.
Look at your boy, Mama Rhodes.
I do want to say this though. If the Bloodline loses, it would
We
be a
right.
very, very small surprise. And the only reason why I say that, well, it won't be. I'll say this because when Tama Tonga lost in the King of the Ring tournament, that shocked everybody. Because
He
we
lost to
thought he
Randy.
was going to get.
He lost.
We
He
thought he
lost
was
to
going to
Randy
get the
Orton.
Rabbit Wolverine, the Rabbit, whatever,
Hyena.
look. Hyena, thank you. This damn Rabbit Hyena versus Jey Uso. But you know, Triple H being smart, thinking 20 steps ahead, was like, nah, that can't happen. So Tama Tonga called the L. If the Bloodline loses, and I'm playing fantasy booking here. Bloodline loses while they're standing in the ring celebrating the ovations. RKO, Cody. That's it.
It's going to happen regardless.
I think it's going to happen regardless, but I think that would be the opportune time to do it. If the Bloodline was to lose, that's the time to do it. But then, unfortunately, you take Solo out the picture for the title run, unless they make it a triple threat at SummerSlam.
Well, see, now here's the problem with that is because in order for Solo's version of the Bloodline and his storyline to be complete, he has to fully take over what Roman had. He took the Bloodline, he made the Bloodline his own, he got rid of the Wise Man, probably get his own Wise Man. His only next step is to beat the dude that Roman didn't beat in WrestleMania and get the title back into the family.
So I don't think I don't think Solo is world or W. I don't think Solo champion material. If you'd put a mid-card belt on him, if you'd have put the mid-card belt on him, I'd have been fine. I don't think Solo is the guy that you put your brand completely on his back. Roman was the guy. And the reason why Roman was the guy, because Roman had the experience. Roman went through hell. Roman got booed. He got cheered. Like, he went through the John Cena phase, but came out the other way as a heel instead of a face. So
here's why I disagree with that, because you put the belt on Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar wasn't the guy. Brock Lesnar didn't do a bunch of press conferences. Brock Lesnar wasn't going to do a Make-A-Wish. He came in and win as he pleased. So why not Solo?
But look who's also in charge, though, too.
Okay, Triple H can make the same decision. I'm gonna put my title on a beast. I'm gonna let him come and go as he please.
But I don't think Paul's gonna do that. Because
it makes no sense for him not to get that. Unless he tries to get that title and Roman stops him.
It makes absolute sense for him not to get that title. So, all right, let's talk about Roman for a second, because I know there's 2 more matches that we got to get into. But let's talk about Roman. Say Solo does wind up in the title run. As much as I like Roman, and shout out to Miss, I never did get the correct pronunciation of her name. I think it's Isha. She's also on TikTok and wrestling enthusiast, and we're gonna have her on the show soon. She made a very good point. Roman's petty.
As he should be.
Roman unfollowed Solo. Okay, on social media when he did the whole bloodline thing and bring it, he unfollowed him on social media. Okay, so let's say Solo does get a title shot, and he's in the main event at SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio. Roman Reigns comes back and spoils all the fun. And Roman is petty enough to do that, and Roman's going to be the guy that's going to, once all said and done, he's going back after Cody to get that belt. Now, granted, the rumor mill is that he's supposed to face the final boss at WrestleMania 41. So, and it's also
long-term storytelling.
Oh, yes. And evidently the rumor is now that Cody's not going to make it to WrestleMania with the title as originally planned. So
because he's better as an underdog.
So I see them putting the belt back on Roman just before WrestleMania. Hear me out. Put it back on Roman before WrestleMania. because now you have something actually tangible for The Rock and Roman to beef about. Not just the fact that, oh, you turned your back on me or you failed me. I put my chips behind you, Roman, and you failed me. And Roman's like, well, you turned your back on me. Now the title's involved. You're on the board. What's more impressive than a guy on the board that also has the WWE Undisputed Championship?
Oh, I already believe the storyline is that Rock is calling the shots for all of this. That's going to be the thing that comes out. He's the one calling the shots for all of this that's happening right now with Solo.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would not be surprised if Solo does get that belt.
I would be 100%. I would be 100% surprised if Solo gets that belt.
You remember The Rock said to Cody that he was going to make his life miserable, that he was going to get him some way, somehow.
He promised. Be surprised.
He promised Mama Rose he was going to get him.
When he gave back that gift, when he gave him back that watch,
he whispered in his ear something, and Cody looked like yeah, I'm coming. In some kind of way, I'm coming to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the watch, I don't understand why he gave it back. Because he said, "Don't ever insult me like that again," or something to that nature. But he gave him back the watch. I never understood that.
I don't think it's the watch in general. I think it's the ring.
You and I talked. No, what was it?
I think it's the ring that. Oh, go ahead.
He bought them. Cody bought him, Roman, and Dwayne Rolexes, presidential Rolexes, engraved with WrestleMania, with the WrestleMania 40 logo on it. And they were saying that's what The Rock gave him back. And then if you watch, and it's in the documentary, when Cody goes in the back, they actually gives him his father's watch that he pawned years ago. They found the guy that bought his father's Rolex, and it was his father's actual watch. But Cody gave them Rolexes, and they were saying that The Rock gave back his Rolex. And I don't understand why. So I don't know if that was kayfabe or he actually gave him back the watch.
I don't know. It's going to come out soon.
So, yeah, we watched. Hopefully it comes up in the documentary. That's supposed to come out the Wednesday after WrestleMania, but took 4 months. But we ain't going to talk about that.
Did you see the footage they had to go through?
Right. There's a lot of footage, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of footage, and they was also saying that Dwayne had a lot to do with it too.
You're not gonna let out all the secrets.
Nah. So
they need to make another game and bring the final boss as the final boss. That's what they need to do.
Oh.
Let's get another WWE 2K joint with the final boss.
No, we need to WrestleMania 2000 all over again.
Well, evidently, I think The Rock's supposed to be. I don't know if it's true. I saw mock-ups of him being as one of the cover artists or athletes for 2K25.
They're bringing them out too fast. I'm still enjoying 24. But go ahead.
Let's talk about this match right here. We have the women 2024 Money in the Bank ladder match, which consists of Io Sky, Naomi, Zoe Stark, Chelsea Green. Oh, Tiffany. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out who it was. Tiffany Stratton and Valkyria. I think match-wise, it's going to be a great match. But I legit don't know who's going to win. And if I had to pick somebody,
it's an easy winner.
Tiffany.
Clearly.
Tiffany.
Definitely not.
It's either going to be two people. You're looking at Tiffany Stratton or Naomi.
Nope. Neither one.
I don't think it's going to be Naomi. If you say Io or Chelsea Green, I'm gonna cut you off.
Hear
me out. I got either Zoe or Chelsea. Now, here's why I'm saying this. Zoe, I feel like is a credible individual artist. She should be on her own, away from Shayna Baszler, doing her own thing. This will put her on that path to rising up to being the star that they wanted her to be. She is capable of doing that. However, Chelsea Green is the most entertaining out of all of them. And I can see them doing something stupid enough to let her win just so she can be running around with that briefcase, kind of like they did with Carmella, and she ends up being the champion out of pure luck. She just wound up in the right place at the right time being a champion.
All right, so here's the problem with that.
I'm be mad at
transitional.
Does Piper Niven back her?
No.
Piper Niven wanted that title. Remember, she lost in Clash of Champions.
I think
I was gonna say I got Piper moving on from that.
I think Piper Niven's gonna back her until she starts running her mouth about it.
There it is.
Chelsea's gonna win. She's gonna brag. She's gonna boast. She's gonna say something out the way she ain't supposed to say. Piper gonna get pissed and try to squash her. It's not gonna matter because I got the briefcase.
You know what she's gonna say. I did something that you couldn't do.
So here's the thing. If Zoe Starks win, expect what is her name? She was
Shayna
Baszler.
No, not Shayna, the other woman that's been talking to them that just came back from the injury. She was the authority figure on SmackDown for a while.
Oh, you talking about my baby?
Old girl with the ponytail.
Square
up. Square
up. Yeah, her. I don't know why. Sonya Deville. There we go. Thank you, Lord. Sonya Deville. I expect Sonya Deville to be in Chelsea. I mean, in Zoe's ear because she's already been talking to her, and you see every time she's around her, Zoe Starks pops. Shayna pops up and grabs her. They did it subtly the other night on SmackDown when they was walking backstage, and they was sitting there talking, leaning up against the truck, and Shayna came out of nowhere and grabbed it. They wouldn't be part of the segment. This is what I'm talking about: nuance, the stuff that they do quietly in the background. This is what people need to pay attention to.
Triple H is a genius, bro.
Yeah. But like I said, I think it's going to be Tiffany because she was hot for a minute, and then when the whole social media thing happened, they kind of cooled her off, and it wasn't even her. It wasn't even her fault. And I'm gonna say
it was her fault. What do you mean it wasn't her fault? It was her fault.
It was her fault because she posted somebody else's video without listening to it or viewing it first. But she did not call anybody the N-word. There was a fan that said it. But because she posted it,
you co-signed
like she did.
Right. That's like me driving your car. That's like me driving your car now, but you got something illegal in the back. Who's responsible for it? I am.
You.
Because I'm the one driving. And that's what happened with Tiffany.
Especially if you remember that match. What was in it?
Bianca gave her one straight to the mouth.
She co-signed it. If you reposted it, that means you co-signed it. So therefore, it is your fault. And she's overrated anyway.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't her fault as far as like it was her fault because she didn't look at the content before she posted it. If I'm sharing something on our social media page, I'm looking at it first.
Facts.
I'm looking at it first. And that's why I say that's why her inexperience and immaturity came in. Somebody had a clip of her doing something. She thought it was cool. She posted it trying to get clout, and it backfired. Unfortunately, it backfired. But I think Tiffany's going to be the one to get that title because that's the run she was on anyway. She was headed toward the title anyway.
Which they should have been doing. Who else? She ain't there yet.
So we can pick two for this match.
Huh?
No, pick Zoe and Chelsea. We can pick two for this match, and it's a ladder match. You got Tiffany and who else?
I got Tiffany and I'm gonna say Tiffany and Chelsea. And the reason why I'm saying them over the reason why I'm not picking Io is because let's be honest, Io title run was not that great. Her title run as women's champion was not that great. And then Damage Control is surely but slowly falling apart. Valkyria, she's still too green.
Yeah, she's green.
She green. And unfortunately, as much as I love Naomi, I don't see her winning that briefcase. If she was a heel, or let's say if she did win the briefcase, she needs to turn heel.
I bet if she did win it, smack Bailey right in the back of the head with that suitcase,
bang,
and cash in.
Right there.
And cash in.
But my 2 picks is going to be Tiffany and
Chelsea. I have Tiffany and Zoe, just because of the fact I know that I've been watching Zoe since NXT, and I know what she can do. She's lethal by herself and deadly when she's with somebody else. I'm too on that Sonya Deville train, but however, I also seen what Tiffany can do in the short amount of time she was in NXT, and the noise that she made soon as she popped in on WWE.
Yeah,
she popped in. That's why she made noise.
Huh?
She popped in. That's why she was making noise. That's the only reason why she's making noise, because she's popping in.
Because I think if she wins, that'll be the reason Charlotte comes back.
And we don't want that.
No.
Nah.
We don't need that.
Well, Charlotte's not cleared to wrestle yet, so it's going to be a minute because she's still going through her rehab for her knee.
So here's my question about Tiffany.
She's doing the movie.
Besides her little cartwheel, Alabama slammer and the moonsault thing she got going, what else does she got?
That handspring from corner to corner.
A handspring. She needs some more technical moves. She got a lot of aerial assaults.
Because she's a flyer.
Right.
She's not a ground and pounder. But I do feel like she does need some extra moves in her arsenal. Because right now she needs a lot of flash. She's a lot of flash, but please don't, Lord Jesus. She could bang when she has to.
She needs a BBL Drizzy. That's what she needs.
Nothing about Drizzy. We're not doing this today.
We're not. I'm going to start getting the bleep button. We need to go on like 8-second delay around here.
You need to go.
You're trying to treat me like Usher.
So, all right. With the ladder match is always a weird possible fallout between
somebody getting injured. I'm telling you that now.
So, luckily, we haven't had any women get injured from the ladder matches of past years. So let's keep that streak going.
We're due for one. I'm telling you, somebody gonna try to go too hard and somebody get injured.
So
right,
EO.
Might be a EO.
That drop kick is too much on point. She gonna hurt somebody.
So, all right. So
I got EO. EO fly around too much, and she don't give a damn who she hit and how she hit him. It's gonna be EO's gonna injure somebody or injure herself.
It's probably gonna be herself. Who will be a fool to stand on that moonsault?
All right. Oh, and I know we had this conversation about Dakota Kai. She's from New Zealand. I know somebody said she was like half Irish or half Samoan or something like that.
She is half Samoan.
Yeah, but she is from New Zealand.
Right. She's from New Zealand, but they had her on the Samoan Heritage Day, whatever that was. She was one of the people that was speaking. She's half Samoan. Her mother's Samoan, I think.
Or did they bill her from New Zealand?
No, she's from New Zealand. She's from New Zealand.
Well, speaking of Dakota, since you brought Dakota's name up, I feel like Dakota should have been in this ladder match and should have been the next person up. I think they're wasting her.
Yeah, because she showed her skills on Monday.
They are wasting her. I know she had some injuries, and she's been on and off because of the leg injuries and the knee injuries. Kind of like, what's her homegirl, Tegan? I feel like they're wasting Dakota.
They need to bring Team Kick back.
Is Tegan not? I don't even think Tegan actually still wrestling.
She wrestling. She do like main event.
So she's not still wrestling.
She's fallen to obscurity again.
Yes. Main event is Wasteland, yo.
Nobody
Oh,
cares
That's
about
just
the Chinese whistle.
and I need to retract something I said a couple weeks ago because I wound up doing some more research. Natalya is still with WWE. Her contract is up for expiration, I think, either at the end of this month or the end of next month. She has not resigned, but they are talking. So I apologize for the misinformation.
Who's gonna sign
I
her?
put out there. AEW.
No, that's cap. She did more in AEW and NXT than she did in WWE.
AEW would sign it though because they love getting old WWE work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look what happened to Edge. Edge is on the shelf now with a foot injury.
But an ankle, yeah. They had to put screws in that man's ankle. Like,
Yeah.
it's time for you to stop, Mr. Copeland. We appreciate what you've done. And I get it that you went to AEW because you got robbed of the opportunity to wrestle your best friend. I get that. But sir, please bow down. Stop.
Now that you have, it's time to relax.
Right. You and Jay had lived out your childhood dreams together. Stop.
Now go home and go sit down. Go on the grill. Family time.
Right. Go be with Beth and the daughters.
Well, it can be like Ric Flair. Keep going until you can't go no more. Carry on.
I'm dead. You know what? I'm gonna take this down real quick because you brought up Mr. Flair. As much as I respect this man, and I love Ric Flair, I honestly believe he wants to die in the ring.
He's become a parody. He's become a parody of himself now. It's kind of sad.
But unfortunately, for a lot of those guys, that's what happened. That's all they know. Like
they never had nothing to fall back on.
You could have stayed in the E on a Legends contract, sir, and made the same money you're making right now, and did nothing. Just chill.
Yeah.
Like, why are you putting yourself through that? We understand. You were, if not the greatest, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You were named by everybody who's currently wrestling as the greatest. You could have went out on that note. You're chipping away slowly at that mystique, at that legendary status. You're car shielding. You're doing car shield commercials.
You know what the issue is, though, Joseph Side, and he said it when you watch his documentary. He can't stop drinking.
So we know that. That's obvious.
No, but it's like when you saying your documentary, like, dude, like I almost died. I'm like, I don't know if people actually know how many times Ric Flair came close to like death. He was in 2 plane crashes, 2 legit plane crashes, and walked away. Well, not literally walked away. He survived them. Let me say that he survived 2 legit plane crashes. And I know some people.
When that almost broke your back.
Yes, that was the first one. Like I said,
yeah.
And I know some people are spiritual, some people are not. Some people have beliefs, some people don't. But if you survive 2 plane crashes, you need to find something with your life to do and just honor whoever might have just spared you. That's all I'm saying. But that's my soapbox. That's my little crazy corner. But I just feel like Ric Flair, he's chipping away at his legacy, at his greatness. He's having outbursts at restaurants and getting put out because he's drunk and yeah.
He need to chill, man. He need to stop.
Yeah.
As much as I love him, it's one of those cases where you still trying to live out your glory days and they're done.
Yeah. And like I said,
it's like the Undertaker stage.
I feel like, but if he's not Ric Flair, pardon me, if he's not Ric Flair, he doesn't know who to be.
He doesn't know how to be Ric Flair.
But that's the thing. He's Ric Flair wherever he goes. He's not one of the people that, okay, your persona fell off. You're always going to be Ric Flair to everybody who you walk around. There's not a person alive right now, young or old, that don't know that's Ric Flair. So just be that and chill. You don't have to wrestle. You don't have to go get drunk and act the fool. You are Ric Flair. People still know your name. People using your name in sports. They're using your name in hip hop. You are the guy. Still. Just chill.
Table this. we're gonna table this right here because we can go on for hours with this, but we don't have that. And that's not what we're here for. We're here
You're
for
right.
this.
Money in the bank.
We're here for this.
Most controversial match.
All right, so for those who don't know, the men's 2024 Money in the Bank ladder match consists of shit.
I want to start this one to get a chance.
LA Knight, yeah. Then we got Carmelo Anthony and Carmelo. What's this boy's name? I said Carmelo.
Carmelo Hayes.
Hayes. Thank you. Look, I don't know what. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Be more. Chad Gable.
What are you running now?
Chad Gable. Andrade is in this match. Drew McIntyre. And the main event, Mr. Yeet himself, Jey Uso. Go, Danny.
For this match, it's going to be very complicated, but I'm going to keep it plain and simple. The two I have in this match is Jay or Chad. Now, you saying that, I don't think either one of them going to win, but you got a better chance one of them. But I think the Wyatt Six is going to come down and end Jay's chances. Because everybody thinks everybody thinks they're going after Chad Gable. I think they're going after Jey Uso, but Jey Uso keeps ducking.
Not once have these people went after Jey Uso.
Because Chad is always in the way.
Right, but remember, Chad got took out backstage. And when they showed up last week, Chad was around. Jey Uso was like, I ain't want no smoke. You can have the fireflies back. Give me the cockroaches. Give me the mosquitoes.
But the reason they don't understand that is because when I watched it back, what's the announcer? Michael Cole was like, they're going after everybody who's taking advantage of their family's name. Chad ain't do none of that.
Exactly.
But he didn't.
Them fireflies came out with Jay. And Jay, even though Jay said he don't want no smoke, but they still come out for you no matter what.
But he didn't ask for that. He
didn't ask for it, but he still used it. He still partook in it. And if we go based on what's his name, Bo Dallas. I don't know what's his real name they call him nowadays. But if you go based on Bo Dallas with that little promo he did the other day, it's Jay. Jay's the target.
It's Jay. It just so happened the trickery, once again, Triple H is the genius. You're making it look like it's Chad Gable. Yeah, he knocked them out in the background. It could have been like, oh, Jay was right there. When they came, Jay got loose. Because every time that light go out, Jay is right there, but when the lights come on, Jay's gone.
He gets low.
And it's a misdirection. I really think it's Jay. I think he's going to climb that ladder. That suitcase.
The lights are going to go out.
And then Chad going to pick it up off the ground.
Yo, my son, God bless this boy, but he always calls me at the most inopportune time. Go ahead, now.
Well, so I have multiple
Chad should give the cash in the sandwich
match. I got multiple problems with this match.
Problem one.
For one, I feel like it should be. You got what? Maybe one or two new people in there. You got some old heads in there.
Drew in the match.
I don't like Drew in the match. First of all, let's call it what it is. I don't like the fact that he's in it.
That's a fact.
I know Carmelo's in it, and I'm cool with that. But I honestly believe Montez Ford should be in this match. I think Montez needs to be done with the Street Profits, and he should have been in this match. It should have been his to come out and break out. Even if he didn't win, he should have been in this match. However, if I gotta pick a winner, I don't want to say LA Knight, but I feel like it's gonna be LA Knight. Only because they jerked him around for the last 2 years, and they feel like, okay, we owe you. You took a back seat to everybody, even when you had a buzz. Let's go ahead and give it to you now.
Who else you got?
My second pick, if it ain't LA, I don't think it's Andrade. I want to say Carmelo, but I think it's too soon to pull that trigger for that. I guess I got to go with Drew.
See, my thing, I don't think Drew's going to win because of Punk. Punk might come out.
So
I don't think LA's going to win because he's beating Logan Paul.
you stepping on my
Kev?
toes now. You stepping on my toes now.
Oh, my bad. We got some big feet, so that ain't gonna work.
So, all right, my winner. I don't think LA Knight's going to win because he's beefing with Paul Logan right now. Too heavy. So I think at SummerSlam it's going to be him and Paul for the United States Championship. I think Andrade's going to win. If I have to pick somebody, Andrade, because he's the
speed champion, ain't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's the speed champion. Yes.
See, he got time.
Andrade-
He got time. He got to defend his belt.
He'd be Poppy 2 belts.
Honestly, the speed championship don't even exist on main television. It's just on that
It need to.
program.
You need to.
It
You
don't.
need to.
It's just for the speed.
Is it a real belt?
He's the black horse. That's the one I'm looking for. He's the black horse. He's the unknown factor in this. So that's why I think he's going to be the one to win. The reason why I don't think Carmelo's going to win because they're not ready to pull the trigger on him, and if he does win, he's going to have an unsuccessful cash in. I promise you that. He's going to fall victim to
Come on, Carmelo.
Damien Sandow and the John Cena's of the world.
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin, right? Unsuccessful cash-ins. Drew McIntyre is not going to win because Punk's going to screw him twice. Punk's going to screw him again. And I still stand on business when I say that he did not screw him at WrestleMania. Drew won. Drew ran his mouth. He got in Punk's face.
He didn't screw him at Clash of the Castles either.
What?
He didn't screw him at Clash of the Castles.
No, he screwed him at Clash of the Castles. That was 100% Phil Brooks. But for him to make an obsession, with Punk saying Punk screwed him at WrestleMania, that was you, bro. That was you.
Did you hear the reason why he did it?
Who, Punk?
Yeah.
No, why?
He said he would never wish injury on anybody that takes money off your table at your family.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that Drew did that, he said, for now on, Drew will never have a belt as long as he's wrestling. So you did that to yourself.
Right. So that's why I don't think that McIntyre is going to win. And we know Punk's petty. He's a malicious person. So
he's the king of petty.
Right. So that's why I don't think Drew's going to win. So it's going to be between Andrade and Chad Gable. And I don't think Jay is going to win because of what you said with the Wyatt family. And plus, it's also setting him up to get back with Jimmy and Roman and Jacob Fatu's little brother. That's in development now down at NXT. So they getting Jay ready for the Civil War that's to come with the Bloodline.
But he can still win. Technically, he can still win.
Okay.
If he
wins. He
wins.
First. Hold on. Now I was first.
Well,
I'm probably going to say the same thing Dan's probably going to say. If he still can win the briefcase, it won't get cashed in no time soon. And if he tries to cash it in, he's always going to get stopped by somebody on the opposite side of the bloodline. Or the Wyatt,
right.
whoever he's beefing with at the time.
Hey, I think we need to sign up to work for WWE, bro.
I've been saying I should be writer because I'm telling you, I got stuff here. I can do stuff to people they can't do with.
Never lie. You ain't never lie.
Just think about it. Think about it like
We
this:
all feel like that.
if Jay wins this briefcase, he can go on any channel and cash in.
Any championship.
Let's
Which
just
means I
say,
can jump over there to SmackDown.
let's just say, somehow, some way, Solo or somebody in the bloodline get a belt. Jay don't go for the main card. He goes for another belt that one of the bloodline got. Just so we can say he took a belt from a bloodline member. But every time he tried to cash in, like you said, somebody from bloodline jumps in. When he finally decides to cash in for real, Jimmy comes out and helps.
Hold on. Can you cash in on any title, or are you only allowed to cash in
any title? You can cash in on any title.
No, because I know you can even cash on the NXT championship, but I thought it had to be like the main card champion, not the
No,
main
you can cash in on any champion you want.
Okay, so that's something they must have just started doing a couple of years ago.
Now here's a story angle twist that y'all probably ain't thought of that would involve Jay. Jay wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Rikishi comes on SmackDown to try to check Solo for the way he been acting. They bank Rikishi. Now I wasn't concerned that y'all banked my brother a few months before, but now you done banked my father. I got to go over there and handle you. You got to get got.
Not just my father, but your father. This is our father. Like when you beat Jimmy up, I ain't care about Jimmy because me and Jimmy wasn't talking. I get that. That's on Jimmy. But you put your hands on our father, not my daddy, our daddy. That's something different. I'm with you.
You got to get got.
And Rikishi has been looking for a reason to come back and get involved in the storyline.
And that's a perfect involvement.
My daddy, your uncle, and your uncle, and your uncle, and your uncle.
Right.
That is a perfect angle to get involved in. You come try to check Solo because he wilding. Solo was like, I ain't listening to you, old man. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, now you got to get it, sir.
Would that make him the new legend killer?
No.
And the family would.
No.
Although we do need to do.
All right. So this is what I want to talk about I want to talk about. So first, let me back up. In the comments, because I only did this for one match, but in the comments, y'all please forgive me. Let us know who you think are going to win the 6-man tag match between the undisputed champion Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. Is Sami Zayn going to walk out with his Intercontinental Champion, or are we going to crown the new big dog in the yard, Braun Breaker? Or who do you think is going to walk out with the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men and or the women? Comment below. Please let us know. We just want to see where your head is at. But y'all know where our head is. But what I wanted to bring up about the former wise man, Paul Heyman.
Rest in peace.
Paul Heyman is a genius. Paul Heyman deprived himself of sleep for like 2 days to make his eyes look like that. And he didn't shave for like a week or whatever to grow to 5 o'clock, Jewish man shadow. And he
sold out to be stressed out.
Yes. He is a guy who commits beyond anybody I've ever seen commit to a kayfabe. Now, you got Undertaker, who never broke character on camera, who never let people know who Mark Calloway was until the end of his career when he did his Hall of Fame speech, and now he does this dead man walking, one-man tour.
You can't stop that dude from talking.
Nah, you can't. He was quiet for like 40 years. When you go around saying rest in peace, when you saying rest in peace for the first 10 years of your career,
he got a whole podcast running his mouth.
Paul Heyman is just a genius at what he does. And
number one seller.
Number one, yes. He is a salesman beyond salesman, and I commend this man for doing what he did. The fact that he is 60-some years old, and he took a bump, a powerbomb bump, through an announce table
Speaking
Shout
of
out
which,
to you, sir.
I wonder if
And
the Dudleys fell away. Have he ever been put through a table in ECW?
No,
Who, Paul? No.
Right.
no.
So I think the Dudleys should feel away because we've been your people from the start, and we ain't ever get to put you through a table. How you decide to go through a table now?
It was time.
Because he's invested in this one.
Disrespectful.
Look,
Although RVD said he wanted to run back a couple times, but he never did it.
it was like, yeah, it was time, yo. Like Paul Heyman, I think that's not the first time he's went through a table in WWE.
Yeah.
I don't recall any other time.
But however, before we end this, we must say when Roman comes back, hell to pay.
Oh yeah, hell to pay.
This Roman,
the
I
fact
need
that
to have
Paul- The fact that Paul stayed loyal when he was like, and he even said it because he knew it was coming. He said, "Solo, I love you, and I acknowledge you as not my tribal chief." Now I know a bunch of people was hoping, and I was one of them, that Jimmy Uso was gonna run out and save Paul in some shape, form, or fashion. And I was like, where's
But you know what? But you know what his excuse could have been? Jimmy could have been like, you had that coming a long time ago.
I got another one for y'all that y'all probably ain't thought about yet.
Hold on now. How did Paul have that coming?
Oh, he been had that coming because Jay said it. No. Jay and Jimmy, when Jimmy kept doing the flip flopping in and out the bloodline, they kept saying that Paul was the person that put the battery in Roman's back that made him the way he was. He was a snake from the start, so they've been wanting to get him.
Mm-hmm. You had this coming a long time ago. I would have sit back like, yep, they got you.
All right. So let's go with that. Let's go with that theory, right? Paul Heyman's the guy that put the batteries in Roman's back. If Paul never put the batteries in Roman back, but we had got the tribal chief that we got, well, we had got the 3-year title reigns, well, we had got the fact that the Usos got elevated to a level that they would never got to, and Solo got brought up and elevated to a level that he wouldn't probably got to. They can't knock Paul for motivating Roman.
I think Roman
tired of playing by the system. He got tired of being
Roman in line. I was going to say, go ahead.
Roman got tired of being a good guy. He got tired of getting booed. He got tired of busting his ass for people, us the fans, that wasn't grateful. Now it's time for me to do for me and mine. And this is how we're going to go about doing it. I know what my potential is. I know what my heritage is. I need a guy that can get my foot in the door. I need a guy that can do what he did for Brock Lesnar, but take me higher. Because I'm willing to go higher than Brock Lesnar.
And that he did.
Yes.
Being with Paul was the best thing.
Sacrifice.
That was the best thing that Roman could have ever did was align himself with Paul Heyman. First of all, you got the Brock Lesnar treatment. You got the Brock Lesnar schedule. You took it way past what Brock Lesnar has ever done with it. First of all, the wrestling, I believe, honestly, even with other companies being where they are, I believe wrestling in itself is the hottest it's ever been because of this man and this bloodline story.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I agree with 100%.
He has moved the needle.
Yeah, he does. He is the needle mover. He had a shirt that said it. But people also got to understand that this man still fights with chemo every day. Like, not chemo, but leukemia every day. He has to take a cancer treatment pill every day of his life. So he's going to have ups. He's going to have downs. So, yeah, when he's has to come out and he knows that he got a match coming up, that's a different preparation that he got to put his body through. And from, Royal Rumble on up to WrestleMania, he was pretty much nonstop, being very consistent. He even showed up at a couple house shows and performed. He needed this break. So, but when he comes back, like Danny said earlier, it's going to be hell to pay. And I never thought I would utter these words. I am looking forward to it.
Did you see the meme when they had Roman Reigns in jail and Paul Heyman was at the door? He was like, the caption was, I have a specific set of skills. And Roman was like, pulling them out. It's another meme where he got Jimmy supposed to be sneaking out of the jail and unlocking the Roman cell. There's a couple of them. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
to a good episode, man.
But what I was going to say was, while you have the 4 Samoans and Tongans on this side of the coin about to beat up
Which versus Amazon?
Cody and what's the other name? Kevin. You ever thought about the fact that it might get evened up if you hear that doom, 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 because Brock is still in the contract. What if Brock just pop out?
That was the meme that somebody said that Brock and Roman was coming together.
Well, we got. I know Brock Lesnar has been cleared, and ironically, the young lady I referenced earlier, Isha, had mentioned this. Brock Lesnar has been cleared of any wrongdoing with the VKM investigation being linked to that, but we still don't know what his future is with WWE. So that would be nice, and I know a lot of people want to see Brock come back. People are itching for Brock to come back. Honestly, I know it's not popular opinion. I don't want to see Brock come back. Not now.
I would like to see Brock versus Jacob.
Brock has a habit of, and it's not his fault, it's the way he's built, it's the way they build around him. Brock Lesnar has a very bad habit of taking people's thunder. Brock Lesnar's a great worker. He doesn't mind putting people over. He did that with Roman. The last 3 matches you saw, Brock Lesnar's lost. But he's lost in a way that he put other people over, and he still looks like the beast incarnate. Like when he lost to Brock Lesnar in the last man standing match, they had to bury that man with debris. Okay?
Which was genius. That was genius.
They buried this man with debris, so Brock still looks good in the end. He still doesn't look like he got counted out.
Well, he looked like he lost a step when he lost to Cody, because he lost to Cody clean.
Yeah, he did. But he lost to Cody clean, but it also elevated Cody. Because now you're like, all right, if he can beat Brock, then he can beat Roman. He has a good chance of beating Roman. Now, granted, Brock hasn't beaten Roman, but not this Roman. He beat the old Roman, but not this Roman. So, and we all know the Brock and Roman battles of yesteryear. So, but Brock has his habit of stealing people's thunder. It's not his fault, but I don't want him to come back and take away from what's going on with the bloodline.
Well, he wouldn't hurt the bloodline because none of them are black, so he's not going to be able to kill their dreams like he did all the rest of us. You know he's a black champion killer. Come on, let's call it what it is. Bobby Lashley, Kofi Kingston, Big E. He's a black champion killer. What if they didn't book?
Did he beat Kofi? No, I know he beat Kofi, but that wasn't even his fault. That was Fox. That was Fox Network because they wanted Brock on TV.
It was them. He's one of them.
I'm blaming it on the network. I'm not putting that on Brock's shoulders. Brock,
you can put it on the. Who runs the network?
Not us.
Exactly.
Right, but you just said Brock was the black champion killer.
First of all, can you make Brock do something he don't want to do?
If you fuck with his money.
Exactly. So, which means they must have gave him a pretty good dollar to say, yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and handle that real quick. Let me toss this dude up real quick. Boom. And then you beat him like they was jobbers, yo. You ain't even let these dudes get nothing off. You tossed around Biggie.
Lashley, he had a battle. Lashley, he had a battle with Lashley.
He gave Lashley a concussion.
But that was Lashley's fault.
Bobby Lashley didn't even know he won the match. He was somewhere else in La La Land. He dropped that man on his shoulder. I thought the Bobby Lashley's shoulder was broke. He's injured now. I could have sworn he broke a collarbone the first time he suplexed that man on his neck.
Right.
No. But so,
if we get another black champion sometime soon, that music gonna hit because he's coming to take the title. I guarantee you.
You know what? Shut up, yo. Just stop talking. We ain't gonna be doing this.
All right. I'm surprised he ain't gonna take Trick Williams out of NXT.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have enjoyed ourselves as normal. We enjoyed you for watching. In the comments, please let us know who you think is going to walk out of Money in the Bank with the briefcases and titles and whatever, and what you think is going to happen from here on out. As I said, tune in tomorrow, Sunday, as we go live with these three faces again for the fallout and review of MTIB, Money in the Bank. I said the letters wrong because I'm tired.
You definitely said the letters wrong. You're definitely out of it. And let us know what was the slapping meat moment of the night.
Do not let us know what your slapping meat. No.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's going to be gold. Mark my words.
Do not put slapping meat moment of the night. We're going to really have to discuss a name for that if that's something that we're going to run. But the slapping meats cannot be it. Because, no. I refuse to go down on that burning ship. I refuse.
Tell you, man. Go. Big E. Thank you, sir.
Out loud. Just saying that. I didn't like it when Big E said it. He said it with such aggression in his voice. With such aggression and excitement. He always had this little weird ass excitement. He's like, nothing like two sweaty men slapping me. Like, dude, you calm down. Slapping meats and eating
pancakes. This is not going the way I expected it to.
Slapping meats and eating pancakes.
Kev, what else you got coming down the pipeline, my guy?
You asking for a lot, yo. We got the battles coming up. We got the battles coming up in a couple weeks, so y'all get ready for that. We are not telling you who the first episode is going to be about for the battles, but just know we are doing our version of WWE Rivals, but it's with pop culture, wrestling, music, movies, DC comics, stuff like that, Marvel, DC comics. So yeah, and this is going to be a round table. We're going to have a couple people up on here. It's going to get ridiculous. I may just have to play moderator and be muting people because it's going to be bananas when we do battles.
Just do not treat me like Usher. Let me get my piece when I say my piece, because I'm going to dispute pretty much everything somebody said. Letting you know now. Be ready to have your finger on the button.
Oh my Lord! So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we do appreciate y'all tuning in. What? I mean, both y'all did that. Stop. We're gonna say a prayer before we get off the air for y'all too.
When you log off, make sure you go do that.
Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing me to be able to slap meats on a regular basis.
No, God, no. Yo, thank y'all once again for tuning in. Thank you, Nah, for joining in. We're going to see you tomorrow night, of course, sir. We're going to see you tomorrow night for the Fallout and review. Danny, go to bed.
Testify, my brother.
Testify.
Oh, my brother.
So, on that note, as always, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. And we can be found on multiple places. We can be found on Spotify now on the Two Fat Guys Podcast, TikTok on the Two Fat Guys Podcast 99, Instagram Two Fat Guys Podcast 99, and Facebook Two Fat Guys Podcast. And we can be emailed at twofatguyspodcast99@gmail.com. So if you got show suggestions or any ideas that you would like for us to jump into, please email us. We are willing and wanting to look.
I heard you guys were working on Tinder.
No, we are not working on Tinder. That is a lie.
No?
You know what? Somebody asked me if we had an OnlyFans. I was like, I don't know what kind of podcast you think this is, but no.
Whoa. That's where I
tell you about that. I ain't tell you about that.
That's where we sign off. Whoa.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate you. You gentlemen hang out for a
Get
moment.
real slapping meats on that OF channel.
All right. On that note, y'all be blessed, be safe. Good night.
Thank you.